This morning's been about joy. Hopefully you've noticed that at this point. But I gotta be honest this morning. When I think about joy, when I first consider the idea, especially during this Christmas season, I'm usually left kind of confused and at times really frustrated. I mean, really, who finds joy in running around or staying up half the night to wrap presents or to stand in line for hours for that one toy? Or maybe even that family reunion where you're with a family member you don't care to see for another decade. Now, some people might think I'm a little over the edge there. But I'm willing to bet I'm not the only one exhausted from all of it. And then in the midst of that here at church, we're calling ourselves to consider things like hope and peace and joy. That seems overwhelming to me. You see, earlier this week, I was considering these thoughts on joy and what that looks like to have. And I had come home frustrated from another holiday complication and jumped into my chair, and I'm steaming. I don't know if you guys have ever been there where you're just upset. I'm sitting there like, how can you have joy in the midst of this mess? The next moment, I find this big ball of fur in my lap, and this is a little tiny dog. This is a big German Shepherd in my lap. And the first thing I feel is warmth and love. Warmth and love. Last week I was with my girls and we were out doing some things where we had to run from one place to the next, and we ended up in McDonald's in this long line, and we had 5 minutes to be at the next place, and I'm frustrated. There's 10 more things to do. The kids are pulling on me. Daddy, what are we eating? When are we eating? What's the next thing? Where are we going? And I'm standing there, burned out. All I want to do is go home, go to bed, and rest. And maybe tomorrow start over. That's when my daughter reaches up, grabs my hand, says, Daddy, I love you. Daddy, I love you. So where were we? Joy, right? Joy. All too often, the smell of Christmas for us is the hustle and bustle. The pine trees, the smell of something good cooking at home, whether it's an apple pie, a turkey, or a ham. But I found something true. This season is not special because of the food we eat, nor the presents that we give, or the parties that we have. This season is made special by love. It's made special by love. Now you might be asking in your mind, how'd you go from joy to love so quickly? Well, I want to pose this to you. Let's go to John chapter 15. John chapter 15. Jesus makes it pretty clear to me. See, if I were to take time this morning and look up all the things in the Bible that talk about joy, we'd be here for hours. I promise to not do that this morning. But I want to get to the heart of joy, and I want to look at what Jesus has to say about it. So John chapter 15, verses 9 through 14. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this, so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, than he laid down his life for his friends. You are my friends, if you do what I command. Now, all of these verses added up and reading it right together might seem complicated for a moment. But here's what I think Jesus is saying. God the Father has loved me, and I'm loving you in the same way. Doing what I've taught you expresses the love between the two of us. You'll find great joy in expressing that love. Hey, remember, here's what I taught you. Love. Nothing is stronger, nothing is more impactful, nothing is more effective in life than the love of somebody willing to die for someone else. There's two things I want us to gather this morning before we walk out these doors. The first is this. God made a statement. Jesus made a statement about love. Greater love hath no man than he did that by dying on the cross, so that we don't have to carry our messes with us anymore. That we don't have to carry the sin and the weight on our backs anymore. He expressed the deepest form of love for us. Amen. Please don't leave here today without knowing and feeling this forgiving and peace-giving relationship. Don't miss the opportunity to find that sense of love that continues to love, even when it knows your deepest secrets, when it knows the things we tend to hide, when it knows the closet full of skeletons we have. That love continues to care. Do you know the feeling of that? Because if you don't, the only way to feel that is a relationship with Christ. Amen. The second thing this morning is this. We can find great joy in doing what God has called us to love each other. We're called to love each other. Isn't that so much of what this Christmas season is all about anyways? The coming of Christ, God's love for us, and showing that same love for others. I mean, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he sent his Son. For God so loved the world that he sent his Son. That's the Christmas story, right? The purpose of gift giving is to demonstrate that love. The point of parties and time we spend with our families is to share a little bit more care and compassion with those we care about, we love, and those around us. So yeah, it might be hard to find joy at a glance during this season. But oh, the opportunities to find hope are still there. Amen. I'll say this though. If you but for one moment take Christ out of Christmas and what God had done for us, we'll be right back to those feelings of lost and hopeless and without peace and stress and running around without point. Do you have joy this season? Do you know the one who can give you joy? You can. His name is Jesus. And I'd love to talk with anyone this morning who wants to know and hear more about him. We're going to do something a little different this morning. As you can see, it's been a pattern this season. But we're going to close in a song called O Holy Night. And as Pastor Kevin mentioned, there's cookies and there's milk outside these doors. But here's what I'm going to ask us to do this morning. I'm going to ask us to slow down. I want you to go out and congratulate the kids and thank the leaders who put together the Christmas program and stuff like that. But I ask that today you slow down to experience love and to experience the joy of being together today. Facebook Live, I know you're not able to be here with us, but I want to challenge you this morning to find some time today with those you love and spend time enjoying that relationship given to you. So today, as we sing, everybody here, you're welcome to stay and sing along, but you're also dismissed. You can go your way. But let's not forget about where joy comes from. And let's take time to enjoy the love among us. Let's see.